And I've been reflecting a bit then on what we are doing here. What about the technology and future of the medicine course and engaging the real world? Well, we have diversity and balance. We have Bibiana Kujek and Earl Waugh and people like that who kind of represent the more traditional side. And considerable diversity. We have lecturers from all different walks of life and departments. I think this kind of diversity is useful to you in engaging the real world. You remember Dr. Zayan's story about celestial navigation, right? In 1998, a number of the military naval entities, particularly in the US, phased out the teaching of celestial navigation, which was always the hardest subject. If you were going to learn how to pilot a ship, that was, people had a lot of problems with this course in celestial navigation. So they got rid of the course, and as Dr. Zayan said, it then turned out that there were these ships in the ocean where the navigation failed and they were absolutely dead in the water. They didn't know what to do. So it's been reinstituted, and people are once again learning celestial navigation. It's a little bit easier because part of the specs you can feed into a computer locally, so you don't have to work out everything in your head like they did thousands of years ago. You just use the sextant and everything as they used to in the old days, and then feed it into a computer, and the computer locally will tell you where you are. And presumably that would work even if communications were severed. Then you remember Shauna Pandya telling you that her CiviGuard app, this is something to allow you to survive in a disaster, right? Well, one of the things that may happen in a disaster is that your network link might go down, right? So suppose the app went dead when the network connectivity went away. That wouldn't be good. So her app specifically has things still useful to you even if there's no connectivity at all. So these are some ideas of kind of the spectrum, the diversity. On the one hand, it's good to know about all the high-tech stuff. It's also good to know what you would need to survive if some of the high-tech things were not working. And speaking of celestial navigation, you may not have realized that intercontinental ballistic missiles also use that, because the feeling is it cannot be jammed. It's the only navigation system that nobody could conceivably mess with. Nobody's going to move the sun and the stars and all that sort of, nobody has that power, right? So if you fire a nuclear weapon missile at somebody, it's probably likely to be partly piloted, believe it or not, by this celestial navigation, the same thing that sailors have been using for thousands of years. So I think that there's some argument that individuals, people like you, need to be kind of street-proofed with this combination of a spectrum of knowledge for success in life, both financially and survival-wise. And hopefully that's part of what we're doing in this course. I don't know if any of you know about ruggedized laptops. I'm sure none of you have them because they're not cool at all. They're really ugly. They are like, everybody pulls out their laptop and you would have the ugliest one with the least stylish one. That would be a ruggedized laptop. But a ruggedized laptop will work underwater. You can use it if you've got greasy hands, and you can drop it from a tall building and it will still work. So to some extent, what I hope this course is doing is to make you kind of ruggedized if you need to be, where you would be able to survive, in circumstances where others can't. So I don't know if that appeals to you, but I think it's good every now and then to reflect on what we're actually doing in this course and what the benefits might be of taking the course. Who knows?